Hello, this is the 2021 candidate for governor of Virginia, and I have a direct message for Antifa and Marxists, BLM, because I don't consider y'all Black Lives Matter. I consider y'all a rogue group that doesn't care nothing about black people or anybody other than yourselves. Now, the big question is, what is your end game? See, the politicians gave you whatever you wanted. That's not going to happen if I'm elected governor of Virginia. I plan to stomp out any parts of your activity. I plan to make sure you are locked up, and I plan to make sure police are police. And if you decide to try to harm police or put their life in danger, I am going to tell the police, do what you have to do to go home to your family. And that's exactly the same message I would tell law-abiding citizens. We are all fed up of your bullshit. Period. We have heard you loud and clearly about what your intentions are for America and anybody who gets in your way. You have caused nothing more than destruction while trying to use other causes to further your goals. Those causes have become smoke and mirrors for your real agenda. Your agenda isn't about police brutality. Your agenda is about taking over America and making sure that they live in fear if you don't get what you want. See, politicians gave you everything you wanted. They gave you to fund the police. They gave you whatever reform that they could. They even gave you their heart and their soul because they were spineless, without a backbone, and had yellow going down their back. When I said I'm taking over leadership, I mean it. And it doesn't mean you get to pull a temper tantrum because you don't get what you want. See, the other politicians, they're career politicians. They're too old now. They don't have that fight that they used to have. They want peace by any means necessary, even if it means their own destruction, because they ain't looking at the long-term consequences. Yes, the Democrats have promoted your rights and protests, and they have claimed to be peaceful. I don't see it that way, nor does Americans who have had their business destroyed can't go out for a dinner in peace while you ambush police, while you try to do whatever you can to make sure that you are to be feared, not loved. I don't care what excuse you think from the past makes you qualified to be the ones to run America. I think honestly, whoever taught y'all or whoever has been your leadership has led you blindly. They talk about destroying the system, but they are putting you in the system each time frame you go out there. And it's rare that the leaders are the ones in the prison, but those who follow are misguided, misinformed, and basically out of control. That's exactly what you have became. See, I'm not going to care about your end game. I won't. That's for other politicians to do. I'm not going to fist bump with you. I'm not going to have you on a live to trash police. And I'm not going to call you my friend, nor am I going to call what you do peaceful protests. That day is over. The only thing I see y'all as, just like many of Americans see you as out of control domestic terrorists that have had weak politicians and leaders give you a cookie, and now you're going to ask for a glass of milk. There is absolutely nothing going to quench your thirst. No matter how much you get, you are going to continue no matter what until somebody stops you. The mask mandate is laughable. The mask mandate by Democrats is exactly extra cover to hide your face and to hide you from responsibility while funding the terrorism that's going on here in America. Do you think that the Democrats, if they won the White House, will continue to allow you to do what you are doing? You are serving their purpose for a political agenda that is going to turn on you. History does repeat itself, and you should look at the history of the Democratic Party, because that's exactly what you followers are funding or being funded by. And look at the results that come with that funding. This is no longer a game for Virginia or for America. Too many don't talk this way because they're scared and worried about the repercussions. That's because they spent more time being keyboard gangsters instead of being face to face and telling the enemy where they stand and making sure that they stop the madness while it happens. I won't give up on the police. I won't give up on America, and I won't give up on our children. You will not be the leadership that our children have to follow. That's exactly why I'm in this race, and that's exactly why I speak the way I do. I should also tell BLM and the rest of y'all, I have tried to set up a meeting with your leaders. And those cowards, those without backbone, they only tough when they have a group of people. That's why I call nothing more than a gang or somebody who ain't strong or tough enough to stand on their own. So why would you follow somebody who needs you more than they need you? That's the point here. And the reason why they ain't beating me, because they know I'm not a politician. I don't play by their playbook. I don't concede. I don't quit. I don't give out white flags of surrender to anybody when my country is more important than their damn feelings. An attack on America is an attack on all of us that live here, that work here, that have their dreams that have been fulfilled here, that struggle here, that have came back when they thought their cards had been laid out and the deck was overstacked. That's exactly what it means to be an American. I'm sorry, there's no such thing as having everything handed to you, because being American, you earn whatever you keep. You don't take from somebody because you think they owe you something, and they haven't owed you a damn thing. I hope these words get to you, because I want to let you know where your leaders stand. Your leaders are cowards, pathetic, and full of hate. Nobody comes into this world as a baby with hate, nor will I allow an adult to spread that to our children as a way of handling their grievance. There's a time where leaders must stand and they must fight, because I'll be damned if I sit back and watch the destruction of America and I'm not in the fight. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees, because there's plenty of cowards that die 1,000 deaths, and I'm not going to be one. So when you ask your leaders, especially in Virginia, why haven't they met Merle Rutledge? Why haven't they met Republicans like him, Tea Party, Patriots, many more like him? Because they don't want you to hear what you need to hear. Because they so fixated on controlling how you think. They ain't being American. They ain't being free. That's being a slave for somebody else. And I don't believe in any of our children being slaves to anybody. And that's why I plan to fight so hard to make sure that not only am I the leader for today, I prepare leaders for tomorrow. That's something that these groups don't do. They prepare you for ultimate doom and death. That's why they ain't at abortion clinics. That's why they ain't in Chicago. That's why they ain't around when families lose a loved one to the violence in the streets. Because to them, that's exactly what they represent. Stop paying attention to what somebody say and start paying attention to what somebody do. That's why America is in the problems that it is. Because politicians made for the atmosphere that we have right now. There's a lot of mental illness that's going on here in America. But my big problem all the way across the board, after you get what you want, where's the end game? When does it stop? When do you say you have had enough? The problem is when these leaders get to that point, they won't be able to control the people that they told to be out of control. Because they will be addicted to the devastation and the destruction of America at all costs. That includes you and your family and you and your business, because your children has to walk out into a world where this is becoming the new normal. Virginia won't have that as the new normal. Yes, Virginia is for gun lovers. I'm too a proud Republican conservative, and I will die for this country, and I will worship my God and live in His will regardless of how you feel about it. You have desecrated this nation for far too long. It shouldn't have been a couple of months. It should have been a couple of days. That's the crisis of leadership. Y'all should look at the weak leadership that has allowed you to do what you have been doing, and say, do you really want that type of leadership for your children? Because if that's the case, the monsters that you see in jail, the monsters that you see on the streets, they will be the ones controlling your children's future. And what future is that? I want you to live and live for every opportunity, but I won't tolerate. It will be zero tolerance for hate of America. I fly my United States flag proudly. I'm an American. I was born here. I built my life here like every other American. And I be damned like every other American to allow you to continue in this direction. So pay attention. It shouldn't wait for me to become governor of Virginia to put our children on the right path. I need for every single Virginian and every single American to say now, are you willing to fight for your country? Are you willing to fight for everything you worked hard for? Are you willing to fight for your children? Because that's what matters. Black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter. When will you consider your life to matter? That's exactly the question of the day. Because your ancestors already fought their battle. And America has improved to levels that had never been seen before. Our country is a beacon of hope for the world. It will not be a beacon of hate that is ran by BLM or the New World Order. So I will continue to send that message out loud and clearly that America comes first. And that's exactly the way it will always be. God bless America. God bless this great nation. And God bless everyone in it. And y'all have a great day. And this is my direct message to say there will be an end game to this craziness. My name is Merle Rutledge, and I am the 2021 candidate for governor of Virginia. Strong leadership with backbone, spine, and steel. That's exactly the leadership that America needs. The politicians are the problem, not the people.